Okay.
So this is from The Voice, African Voices. Elders defeat council to win the right to play dominoes. It's not possible to play dominoes without making a noise, said the lads. So, a group of elderly Caribbean men beat a London council that banned them from playing dominoes in a square. Westminster City Council lost a court case after Ernest Theophile, 74, challenged the local authority who claimed the men were playing the game too loudly. The men had gathered at Maida Hill Market Square for the past 12 years to play dominoes, cards, and backgammon until town hall officials stopped them. But Theophile, who was born in Dominica, accused the council of making a racially motivated decision and took them to court. Now we use one after a judge said the decision was flawed and untenable. Neighbours in the posh area collected more than 200 complaints against the elders, claiming they were causing antisocial behaviour problems. So, Alice, what do you think about that?
Antisocial behaviour problems. This was a group of elderly Caribbean men who have been playing dominoes in the square for, I think, about 12 years or more.
Yeah.
So I think it started, the Westminster Council, obviously very posh, put this ban on them from playing dominoes. And I think a judge amended that slightly at some point to say, that they could play dominoes, but they face jail. They're threatening to jail elderly people if they were caught playing loud, amplified music, drinking, shouting, or swearing.
Did they use the criminal justice bill or the powers within for this?
I actually don't know. I mean, I'm surprised we didn't see, a succession of repetitive beats in there. No, absolutely ridiculous. Now they're saying they had over 200 complaints. I've kind of been on the mediating end of complaints like this before. I'd be very, very surprised if 200 residents complained. I would imagine that the vast majority were repeated complaints from a small group of people, or even one person, which I've seen before as well, where it was like, oh yeah, we've had 70 complaints, and then you find out that it all came from exactly the same person. So these are probably the people who, the people complaining, whoever they were, probably, bang on about, how they're in LA because they go to the Notting Hill Carnival and isn't it wonderful? But, when it's a couple of old lads, just trying to have a game of dominoes, it's, let's
let them live, man.
Let's make them a criminal. But what's great about the story is Ernest Theophile, who was one of these people. He's 74 years old, and he basically challenged Westminster Council in court, and he actually won. I think the judge has said that it's, that this order, was flawed and untenable. And as Ernest kind of said himself, he was, the point that we saw in the article there is that, it's impossible for West Indian men to play dominoes quietly. But why should they? Why
exactly.
should they? Why can't you have like a little bit of life there and like do everything in silence? The other point that he made, and we see so much of it, is about loneliness. He's like saying like loneliness is one of the biggest factors as to why they gather there to meet each other to play dominoes. Especially after the couple of years that we've just had, and you're trying to stop that. It's, you can't bang on about loneliness, particularly in older people, and then call the fucking police on them when they try and like organize something themselves to do something about it. If you're that threatened by older people playing dominoes in the street, then Jesus Christ, God help you.
Oh God, it's just the NIMBYism of England writ large, this, isn't it?
Yeah, but no, it's the 74-year-old middle finger to Westminster Council that made me really, really happy with this. That he took them on, and he won. More of this, please. I love it.
So please do comment, rate, and subscribe. Do all the good things that you know to do.